Hey everybody, this is Nathan Carroll, CEO and co-founder of Project Breakthrough. Today, we're going to talk about a very, very important topic and a question you are going to get while you're on the interview trail. Why medical school? You're going to hear this over and over and over again. Why do you want to be a doctor? Why do you want to go to medical school? You're going to need an answer for this. Now, this is something you can Google, and there's going to be a lot of sites which say, okay, here are good reasons, here are a list of bad reasons to become a doctor. We're going to take an approach that's a little different. I'm going to say outright, there are no bad reasons. There are no legitimate bad reasons to be a doctor. If you want to be a doctor because you want to help people, which I think all of us do who go into this profession, this is the place to be. You're going to be helping people as a career. If you want to have a high salary while you help people, absolutely, this is an option. If you want the prestige, that's fine too. If you just want to be academically challenged for your entire career, this is the place you can do it. So let's look at a post that we have up on our website, Project Breakthrough, and let's walk through a little bit of the logic behind the question and the answer to why do you want to become a doctor? Okay. Let's see. Okay. So why medical school? And you can find this post. This is a post we have as part of our high school pre-medical prep program. And you can find it right on our blog online. And we recommend that if you're uncertain about the answer to this, that you reach out to the med students and see what their answer is. And even reach out to the other pre-meds and see what their thinking and logic is when they have to answer the question, why medical school? Why medicine? Why do you want to become a doctor? So, like we say here, this isn't really something where I can give you the answer. I give you some ideas, and it's true in a lot of the mentorship that your mentor isn't going to be able to give you the answers, but they can lead you to finding your answer. So there's tons of good reasons. I said there was no bad reasons, but maybe there are some bad reasons, but they're not traditionally what people think are the bad reasons. So even if you don't have an answer right now, that's fine. We're going to kind of walk through a little bit of the logic, a little bit of the common reasons, like 5 of the classic reasons why people want to become doctors. So passion. Passion is huge. I mean, I think that is one reason everybody has in common. Everybody's passionate about helping others. Everybody's passionate about the science. Everyone's passionate about the role of physician. And so I think, especially if you're watching this now while we're dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic, and you may be discovering your passion for medicine, this could be a good reason. Family. There are lots of families where it's just a whole tradition of caregiving, where, your father, grandfather, mother, grandmother, aunt or uncle or cousins may be doctors, and it may go back generations. So it could be a family tradition and that you want to continue. And some people may say, hey, don't feel obligated. And that's true, but don't feel that just because you want to continue the tradition and that speaks to you, that it's an undue obligation. It may really resonate with you. It may resonate with your identity that you're a family of doctors. That's fine. It's good to explore that. Prestige. So doctors are frequently listed as one of the most respected and prestigious of all professions. And that's because we have so much responsibility and there's so much trust given to us. If you like the prestige, that's fine. That's not a bad reason to go into medicine. There's lots of other prestigious jobs you should know that will also really get you a lot of respect in the community, but there's no reason that you can't have multiple aims. You could be passionate and also like the prestige of it. There's nothing arrogant about that. It's just what motivates you, and that's fine. Income. This is another one where people say, hey, you know, we shouldn't be motivated by money. And they're right. If you're going in medicine solely, that's the caveat for the money, you may find yourself sorely disappointed. But money is a factor. It's not something we can ignore either. I mean, if you want a job where you're financially secure and you can pursue your passion and your love for caring for people, it's a good choice. I think people think all doctors are millionaires or something like that, and they're sorely disappointed when they find out how much debt doctors have and how expensive medical school is. But still, you'll have a comfortable living as a doctor. You're right up there in the top 10% of incomes, and that's not bad. It's also important because, you know, it's also a little arrogant to say, hey, don't think about the money at all. We can't say that's true for other people. People have to deal with bills and they have to deal with expenses all the time. Your patients, that's a real stressor for them. So trying to remove yourself from the whole situation is kind of a little silly. Except that this is a high income profession. And if you like that, fantastic. It's another benefit of becoming a doctor. Interest. You just may be drawn to science. There's a lot of DO or MD PhDs out there, and you're right on the cutting edge of therapies that save lives. And there's many, 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 many more reasons. Everything under the sun, from personal stories to wanting to serve specific populations, specific groups of people, to wanting to cure specific diseases and specialize and help your community. There's, as we say here, there's no bad reasons, only priorities that change. And there's not going to be a single motivator. You can really enjoy the passion of medicine. You can really enjoy wanting to help people. You can really enjoy the scientific interest. And you can really enjoy the fact that you're continuing on a family tradition and that you're establishing yourself with a high income profession. And none of those are bad. You don't have to pretend like half of them don't exist because they seem a little faux pas to say, oh, I like the income of the profession. I like the prestige. It's okay. You're allowed to like that stuff. So it's, we do have, as you go through our blogs and our posts, we have prompts here. And so this is a good one. So a lot of successful, happy physicians find their passion while they're in medical school. So you don't need to have all the answers in your back pocket from day one. You can really find yourself as you're in medical school and as you go into residency and figure out exactly what is motivating you. I think it's probably more common for people not to really know, to have an inkling that they want to be a doctor and then find the answer as part of a journey, as opposed to having the answer in the beginning. It's backwards, right? You don't have an answer and then begin the journey, right? You do the journey and then you arrive at the answer. So it's fine to discover your passion while you're in medical school. So here's a little bit about my story, and I'm not going to read this all, but I definitely was not a individual who was heading towards medical school in high school or in college. It was many, many years after that I found my passion for, well, the science. So my reasons of going into it were that I really enjoyed the science of medicine. I really enjoyed working with people. I really enjoyed trying to figure out people's motivations and their understanding their behaviors. And just I was a little greedy. I just didn't want to understand just the psychology. I also wanted to understand the drugs and the physiology. And I was like, you know what? Medicine. That's it for me. And so I went to medical school, and you can read about my story on here. I won't belabor it. I'll wrap up with some tips. So when you're thinking about medical school, do a couple of things and avoid a couple of things. So do ask yourself, why medical school? Keep asking yourself that as you go through high school, as you go through undergrad, because your answer will change. And that doesn't mean your old answer was wrong or bad. It just means you're maturing and you're getting more life experience and you are getting new perspectives on the world. And keep track of how your answer changes, because a changed answer doesn't diminish you. It just grows upon the last answer. Don't get stuck. That's another thing. If you find as your answer changes, the answer actually becomes not medical school, and it becomes marine biology, or it becomes climate science, or it becomes whatever, right? Or another field of medicine, like you are just passionate about what nurse practitioners do, or PAs do, or chiropractors do, or podiatrists do. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Again, it doesn't diminish you. It's a growth. It's a period of growth. So keep exploring options, keep reaching out, keep talking to people. Do get involved with opportunities to grow. So I said your answer may change, but it's not going to change if you keep yourself here. If this is your answer here and you don't grow at all, and you're not exposed to opportunities to grow, your worldview is not going to grow. And if your worldview doesn't grow, you don't gain new perspectives. And if you don't gain new perspectives, you're always going to be right here. So just keep getting involved in opportunities to grow. And that'll lead you to discover your reason or reasons for medical school. And then finally, do find mentors. Mentors are just such a huge asset because they have walked the walk and talked the talk, and they have their reasons, and they can kind of guide you to find your own answers. And they can help you grow, and they will give you those opportunities to grow. And they may challenge your reasons. If you said to them, hey, I want to go be a doctor because I really, really want to make a whole lot of money, they may challenge you and say, well, you know, a lot of doctors have a whole lot of debt coming out of medical school, and they're in debt for lots and lots of years. And if you look at the math, it takes, you could do another job and your pay for that same period of time that you're in school and that you're in debt, paying off the debt, it doesn't add up. So they can challenge you. They can challenge you to see if that really is enough. And then you internalize, listen and hear what they're saying, because you can take the way they challenge you and you can internalize that and see if you need to grow. See if your answer still holds up to yourself, because they're not challenging you to tell you you're wrong, but they're challenging you to see if you can reflect on things. So mentors are huge, and you grow through the period of them challenging you or them assisting you, and you find your answers that way. So a little long-winded at the end there. I apologize. I'm going to close with this final part of our slide here and encourage you to register for our website at pbthrough.com. That's P as in Paul, B as in boy, THRU. And hope to see you there. Create a free account. We'll get you hooked up with a mentor or mentors, medical students, resident physicians, and soon to be attending physicians. And you can really connect, build a professional network, and find your answers to why medical school. All right, nice seeing you all. Good luck out there.